Hello everyone, this is Chaff Commander Coffee, back with another episode of Civilization 4 Realism Invictus. We are continuing as the Mongolians, and we are trying to really push ourselves, our economy and our research right up so that we can compete with some of the other larger nations that obviously have much better research than us. They didn't focus quite so much on early warfare, and they probably haven't built quite as many cities. We have maintained the position as largest empire for quite some time, but as you can see, we've got some spies on the Aztecs, and we can see that they're researching feudal contract. Feudal contract is right. It's over here. It requires both peasant servitude and armor crafting. Both those things we don't have, but it's nice to know that we can get a tech transfer bonus on those technologies because we are a little bit behind. So we will be able to boost those tech researchers up just by being less advanced because we have open borders with the Aztecs. So not too bad. Alamanni here is going to be quite annoyed for quite some time until I get some more happiness buildings going there. Ningxia could probably stop growing. Karakorum can grow once more, but then it will need some more health, so we'll build a grocer and then probably a market. Really focusing on building right now as opposed to expanding. And we got a great scientist. Perfect. Right, let's take a look at our cities. Where is our most scientific city? I think it will be Karakorum because it is our biggest city. So if we pop the academy, we'll get an extra 7 science a turn, which is not bad. Or we could build one of these. These are special scientific advancements that great scientists have access to. So yeah, we can get one that produces. It gives 15. All of them give 15% more science. We can reduce the chance of epidemics. We can send to the world map, and new water units get more experience. We can give more science to all scientists in the city. Or we can get Golden Age length, but I think the Academy is probably our best one for now. It will become more and more useful as the game progresses. Let's get these fishing boats online. And then we're going to want to build some more ships. Let's build a couple more dragon ships to protect our southern coast from barbarians. I think we want to get a settler up on this island. Now, I was thinking if I got a great artist to pop in this city, I would use him to put him on this island here. But instead, it doesn't look like we're going to get that, so we're going to grab just a normal armed warrior, an archer, and a settler after that courthouse. Oh, we'll worry about the secret history of the Mongols later. Let's get a library. Let's get libraries up in all our cities, get those extra scientists rolling. Economy's looking pretty sharp. Liking the looks of that. Turfan can keep growing if possible. Beshbalik ought not to. Karakorum can keep growing. But we're being stalled now. This is sort of the period where grazing fields are going to start becoming less and less efficient. So what I'm going to want to do is, once we research, I think it's when we finish researching rudder, we'll be able to swap to merchant princes. Now, what's going to happen is our food gain is going to drop significantly. And I really mean significantly, because we won't be running pastoral nomadism anymore. So we're going to want to get rudder, and then we need to get peasant servitude, which means our farms provide more food. Now, we do need a lot of technologies to get that. After that, we need sanitation, because our health is going to become an issue as well. We will need algebra and geometry, as well as city rights. We're going to take city rights first, and then algebra and geometry. That allows us to build schools, which are effectively upgraded storyteller circles. One of the earliest buildings in the game for science. And once we've done that, we'll probably be looking at getting navigation. Hopefully we'll be looking at getting navigation. So we've got rudder incoming, which is brilliant. But yes, as I said, once we swap over to that particular tech, we are going to have a few economic problems. We're going to need to really, we're gonna have to pretty much redo our entire economy, change it all from these grazing grounds over to cottages, and let's just add these boats together. In fact, we'll put them over here and then have them sentry there. We're going to need to swap to farms. Oh, we're going to need a galley for these units. Where do we have a galley? I'm sure we had a galley somewhere. A little grazing field there for now. Try and beat these barbarians. We're going to need to get a galley so we can transport those units plus a settler onto that island. We want to take control of that island as soon as we can. It's got quite a lot of strategical significance. If someone manages to capture that island before us, we're going to have some problems. So we're going to build that tavern, then we'll get a galley. We'll get the toll house, the harbour, and then grocer. Yeah, that seems good. Right, it shouldn't be too long. Let's see, we've got rudder. Right, so here we go, rudder. This gives us access to merchant princes. You get reduced maintenance costs from distance to palace by 25%. If you add that with despotism, you get a minus 25% reduction to your maintenance costs from cities, which is just awesome. 1 extra trade route per city, 25% more commerce from trade routes, and 1 extra commerce from plantations. It's pretty good. It's a very trade-heavy civic, but it's awesome, and we want it, and it will make our economy. It's a bit of a mixed bag because our economy is going to be weaker and stronger. It's going to be weaker in one term because we're not going to have access to those grazing fields anymore. But on the other hand, we are going to make our trade routes a lot more powerful. And since we do have the Great Lighthouse and the Colossus, our trade route's going to be pretty good. So we've got more barbarians coming from the east, but we can now get better ships as well. So all of our dragon ships can be upgraded, which we want to do. And I think we just got that cargo junk, didn't we? Let's build a workshop. Let's build that. Oh, was it after the tavern? Okay, you can not build the cargo junk. We'll build the cargo junk here, which only takes 2 turns, and that will allow us to transport our troops. Let's upgrade those to actual dragon ships, and we'll upgrade that to a dragon ship. Excellent. And now we have a quest to train 7 swordsmen. Interesting. That actually might come in handy. It depends how early on we decide to invade the other continents. I'm not sure how early we want to do that. We'll see, we'll see. But we do need to start swapping over to a... Yeah, the grazing grounds are not really providing that much of a bonus. So we're going to need to swap over to cottages. We're going to need a lot of workers for that. We're going to need a lot of workers. Because our cities are now kind of stalled. Our production's going to be a lot lower. And yeah, we're going to have to really just turn that around. Oh, congratulations! You've met the goals of your scholars and built enough libraries. I totally forgot we had this quest. Well, since we're the biggest civilization, we actually had a chance to complete it. Because we have enough cities to actually build the 7 libraries or 6 libraries that they asked for. So we now get a reward. Please choose a reward from among the benefits. Our library with the largest repository of classic literature receives a research bonus. Library gets +2. Science. Does receive a random technology from among ancient era texts not yet discovered, or 1 free scientist in a city. Well, I guess we're going to take the +2 science on our library, since that's the best bonus there. And our dragon ships should have no problem beating the longships now. Well, I mean, 76% chance, it's better. There we go, we won. Excellent. Alright, let's get those ships healed up. So yeah, we do need to now solve our economy. We're going to have a few issues with that. So this worker group now needs to come back and start building our capital up, changing over to mines and farms and cottages. It's really, it's going to be quite an effort to move the Mongolians from their sort of pastoral background over to a more feudal economy. And we can even build lumber mills on all of these ice forests, which is a plus. It helps a lot. It means those tiles are now actually useful, at least for production. We finished armor crafting. Again, we're going for feudal... Now we can't build anything on the tundra, so actually it's pretty good that we have grazing grounds still available, since that makes the tundra useful, and we do have quite a lot of tundra. We'll try and get cottages wherever else we can. Let's see. So we're going for feudal or peasant servitude, so our farms provide more food. That's going to be a big change for our nation. Big change. To build farms or to build cottages? I think on all of this, these plains we'll build farms, and then on all the grassland we'll build cottages. I think that's a pretty good mix. And we've got a barbarian army incoming. It's quite a mixed barbarian army, which is a little bit scary. Let's try beat this barbarian bowman with our skirmishers. %76% chance, and we won. Excellent. Right, let's move our army here. Let's get these 3 skirmishers to engage. Ooh. Yeah, let's get the 3 skirmishers to engage. Let's go. So we killed 2. Oh no, we lost 1. We withdrew from combat and then destroyed 1. But they've only got 2 rams and an injured axeman, so there we go. There's another ram coming in. Now this is our skirmisher who's got 3 anti-barbarian upgrades. This should be an easy win for him. Let's hope he wins. And he won. Excellent. That's 3 kills on that skirmisher. That's pretty impressive. Let's have this army just stay here and heal up. And we've got another barbarian ship here. Let's try and cut that off. And we beat that as well. We're just going to use the stack attacks to speed that up. Get some first strike promotions on these ships. Let's continue to alter our economy. Really change it for the medieval era. It's going to take a while. And now we can swap to monarchy as well. Now monarchy would mean that our cities have more happiness. But we would also have to pay more maintenance from our number of cities. So I think we're actually going to stay with despotism for the time being. We may swap to monarchy before we finish that quest if we get 7 swordsmen. It might be an idea to do that and then actually go and try and burn some barbarian cities down just to solidify our position on the continent. We may go and do that. But right now we're really focused on getting some more workers out. Can we build... Aha, we can build tailors now. Tailors will provide more happiness from fur. And silk, which I believe we do have silk on the other end of the continent. So that's pretty handy. Lots of new buildings becoming available. Ninghissia has been affected by an epidemic. They're going to lose some population, so we'll stop them from avoiding growth. Karakorum is just doing its own thing. Yep, okay. Just checking all the cities, making sure they're not growing too much. Harbour in 5 turns, and then it will grow, which would rather it didn't do. Really. Need some more happiness before it grew. Let's get a scientist. That actually makes it stagnant. Another scientist here, that makes that stagnant. That's fine, we need the scientists. Don't really want the spy. Do I really want the spy? Not really. But you don't want to grow, so how about you have the craftsman instead? You've got an artist as well. It could be worse. You've got a merchant. I'd rather you actually have the craftsman. Okay. Okay. In fact, I might add a craftsman to all of our cities. I'm tempted to, but we need to get those workshops up. Once we've got the workshops, the craftsmen do provide a lot more production. Okay, let's get rid of another barbarian ship there. And let's see, get another first strike upgrade, and this settler's done, so he can now get on the boats. And then next turn, we'll be able to, oh, there we go. Next turn we can get these guys to come off and build another colony. I don't want to spend too much gold on that, so we'll just send emissaries. Let's build a colony there and have this ship join up with our fleet here. These guys are now all healed up. Our borders are actually expanding out quite a lot, so we can move our army further abroad. The tundra we're going to keep with the grazing grounds, since there's not much else we can do with it unless we can build mines. So we got calendar, so we can now link up our calendar resources. We don't have any in our lands right now. We do have sugar down here, so we'll want to get access to that fairly soon. But we're not too bothered as of this current time. Let's get a theatre. I want the theatre first because we need to push this city's borders out as soon as we can. Then we'll grab the carpenter and the forge, and then probably some walls. It's going to be quite susceptible to naval invasions, that city. You do need to be careful there. Let's remove these grazing grounds and replace them with mines. I'll have this fleet just move over a little bit. Another barbarian force coming in. Let's see. Our skirmishers don't have that great a chance of beating them. It's because they're in a wood. Let's see if we can try and force them out of the woodland. They might come and attack us. No, it doesn't look like they want to. Let's build a caravan house. Just get some more trade income from that city there. In fact, I'm going to move this skirmisher down onto that tile. So we've got a caravan house. What else could we have? That's probably one of the better buildings we could get in Old Sarai. It doesn't have enough happiness to grow, which is a little unfortunate. If we got it some more happiness, it would probably want to grow. So I could build the jeweler or the tailor. This is our city with silk, so actually the tailor's probably a better idea. Let's get the tailor before the caravan house. That'll increase its commerce rating. Finish the courthouse in New Sarai. Let's build some walls. Walls are still useful. Should be able to beat these barbarians. The walls are still useful whilst we're in a despotic system. If we decide to swap to monarchy, then they'll have a second use there. Oh, we lost a skirmisher attacking a woodsman, so we lost a 98% chance battle. It happens, it happens. So let's not worry too much about that. We'll train a couple of extra skirmishers from our cities, though, just to make sure our army is keeping up. And we got the water pump, which discontinues the well, but we can now build aqueducts, which are just better versions of the well. So we'll make sure to get some of those. It will reduce the chance of epidemics in our cities, so that would actually be pretty good. That would be very handy. And we can now get the steppe heavy riders as well. So we've got quite a few options. I'm going to get another cargo junk. I want to, if we do want to go abroad to other people's lands, then yes, we're going to need those cargo junks to transport our units. So all these plains we're going to cover up with farms, and all the grassland will build cottages, just so that we're more food efficient. I'm going to grab hit and run on this skirmisher. That means he gets reduced terrain movement cost and withdrawal chance, because he has all of the pacification upgrades, giving him a total 100% bonus versus barbarians, which is pretty tasty. It tastes good when there's no barbarians. Let's see, let's convert that to a mine. Yep, so we're going to need to get some more workers out, that's for sure. More workers. Turfan's currently building our workers. I just want to see what the turn is. I think it's about 694, yeah. So, get irrigation systems, and we'll pop another great person as well before the end of this episode. So, really enjoying that early medieval renaissance. Our empire is flourishing. We're going to need to get some more workboats, actually. We're going to need 2 workboats for this city here. So we'll start building those. Do we need any more combat ships? Probably not right now. Probably get an aqueduct, actually. Yeah, let's get an aqueduct. They might want to grow then. A massive barbarian uprising is occurring. The Philistines have gathered an army of spearmen and are on the march. We are likely to take the worst of the barbarian horde's fury. A dangerous number of barbarian units have spawned near our border. Aha! Oh, there's only 3 of them. Oh. It's the Judeans! Oh, the Judean People's Front is coming. Or the People's Front of Judea. Nah, those guys are stupid. Right, but either way, we've got the Judeans on the way. So we're going to have to deal with those. Shouldn't be too difficult. We do have our army right there, so yeah, shouldn't be a problem. We'll see where they move. They'll probably move into this open tile. I hope they move there. Oh no, they're splitting up. Okay, well let's just attack them with our incredibly overpowered javeliner here. There we go. Yep, easy win. And there's an archer there, a Judean bowman. I think we can more or less ignore him. Let's have that skirmisher come down to join the army. And then we're going to get irrigation systems, which should allow us... No, we need peasant servitude to get the hemp. But irrigation systems should give us... Yes, farms can spread irrigation. And we get +1 food on our farms if they have irrigation, which is great. And this also leads to mill machinery and peasant servitude, which we're now researching. Awesome. Good stuff all round, really. Let's get more workers. Turfan's just going to spit workers out for the Mongol Empire, because we need a lot of workers. That forest we won't be able to use, unfortunately, but never mind. Some Judean bowmen. I think our swordsmen should be more than a match for those. Oh wow, 88% chance we lost. Well, it looks like our swordsmen weren't a match for them. Let's just get these spearmen and finish them off. Perhaps should have used the spearmen actually, because they have a bonus versus archers. Or those particular type of spearmen. Let's get these skirmishers, kill these barbarians here. Hopefully we win. Yep, okay. Throw our javelins in melee combat. Always the most effective time to throw your javelins is when you're in melee. Of course. So we've got one more turn. Got irrigation systems, getting peasant servitude, and we've spawned another great scientist. Okay, okay. Let's get a lighthouse over there. Now, what can we bulb? Sanitation. I don't think that's a major concern of ours right now. What can we get after that? Glass blowing and porcelain, or is that alchemy? It might be alchemy. Yeah, alchemy and astrology, which does give us access to the Nafatuns. I'm not sure how many of the Nafatuns we're actually going to be able to use, though. We can get... Yeah, we can get optics fairly soon. But that doesn't give us any ships. See, optics doesn't actually give you access over the water. It's in fact, you have to go all the way over down to shipyards and then navigation. That allows you to trade over the ocean and then train carracks, which can explore rival territory and such. And the high seas junks, which can also transport units over the ocean. They're not very good at travelling over the ocean, but they can do it. Really, you want merchant adventures, which gives you access to 2 ships, which are both much more ocean-going vessels. But optics will be useful because we can create whaling boats, and it will give us more sight over the water. We may need to go for optics, and alchemy would be useful for that. I think what we want is we want to go here. I think we want to get 25% Golden Age length. Of all the ones available, I would probably say Golden Age length. Yeah, let's take Golden Age length, and it also boosts our science in that city a little bit more, so that's still very useful. We don't need to lumber mill that. There's nothing of value there. Let's go over here and build a farm. Get some more promotions against barbarians. And our fleet has arrived over here. And that is the end of the episode. Going good. We can probably get some more cities out. It looks like someone else has also managed to research peasant servitude as well. Now let's quickly talk to the Aztecs. Do you mind giving us open world map? Cheers. He won't trade any resources with us. Will you buy some resources from us? Would you like to buy some crabs? 2 gold per turn. It's better than no gold per turn. That'll open up some trade routes to the Aztecs. How about Rome? You have no gold per turn. Well, that's unfortunate. That means no trade for you, Rome. Might be able to get some colonies here. If we can get high seas navigation early enough, we can, or even just shipyards, we could get a early colony down here. Some gold and some spices would be pretty good. Anyway, that's thinking ahead for the future. We've got the rest of our continent we need to deal with. But right now, that's going to be the end of the episode. So, it's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time we continue our Civilization 4 Realism Invictus game. Goodbye.